Hey everybody, welcome to part 3 of my LEGO Racers Let's Play. We are now doing the third circuit against Basil the Batlord. Don't expect to win! Not against the frightful power of Basil the Batlord! Yes, that's right, we're against Basil the Batlord. And it's actually Basil from 40 Towers. Yes, we're racing John Cleese. But now, actually, he's for the, I believe, Nightmares LEGO set. I always liked his helmet. Blah blah. I think he's French because he goes blah blah when he passes you. So yeah, this is when the game starts becoming difficult, sort of, because what happens is it gets difficult in this circuit, and then it goes to like King Kahooka easy again. Although you may have noticed, and yes you probably will because you were watching, I did a very high-pitched voice for Basil the Batlord. That just brings on to a point I'd like to make, that I don't know actually about the voice acting, if it would have been better if they had included any. Because there are voices in this game, but there's no actual proper speech. The closest thing to an actual voice clip or like sentence is someone saying "oh no" or "ha ha ha." And yeah, I did say this was difficult. I'm sort of making it look a bit easy, but that's just because I kind of know what I'm doing. I don't mean to make myself look great or anything. Although maybe I am. Let's just see. Well, actually, this took a couple of attempts because I really wanted to get a win on every track in the circuit. That can be pretty difficult on this particular circuit. This race is can be difficult due to the fact that there are very little greens. Usually greens are what are needed to win. When I was younger, my old computer screen, that cave I was just in would be completely pitch black, and this race was extremely hard because of that, because you couldn't see a single thing in the cave. I had to use the blocks that were there to guide us, and by us I mean me and others. This is the race where, this is a track where the power slide comes in great use. It's very hard to beat it without it, although it is possible. And the shortcut in this track isn't so much of a shortcut, it provides a couple of extra white blocks and does pretty much nothing except slow you down slightly. It's more like just an alternate path, that more so than an actual like advantageous shortcut. Oh, I should also bring up the music. The music in this game, I think, is great. I believe it was composed by Eric Nosifinger or something like that. And the music is very fitting to each track, but it also, with the instruments, make it sound like it fits a Lego at the same time. So it really suits like the purpose well. And although, so like every track can be really fitting, but is rather short and can get pretty repetitive. But the track loops, and it loops really well, so it doesn't really feel that bad when it repeats. And I crashed into that thing, and that was a case of one of the disadvantages of warping. Don't really get a good idea of where you'll end up. And Basil just got the mummy's curse. I don't think that's an official name, it's just what I call it. This game also features a two-player mode. The two-player mode is kind of strange because it requires another keyboard or a controller to be plugged in to the computer. But when you have a controller plugged in, you can still you can change the controls so that it's set to a keyboard, and so you can still use the same keyboard, which is a bit pointless. Like, why would anyone need a controller if it can actually be programmed to be set that anyone can use just the keyboard? Then why did they need to have it so you can plug in a controller? Because the controller's buttons, the calibration just doesn't work very well for this game, and there's no way of changing it. And actually trying to change it makes it so there is no actual button set to that particular control, so it is actually possible to make it impossible to play with the controller unless if you reset the game, as in reset the data. Now you may have noticed I didn't even use a shortcut in this track, and that's because it is pointless and it really doesn't help that much. And it's dark and you don't really, it's difficult to say where you came from. Now this might be my favourite track in the game. This is the insectoid one. And you have to get that shield right at the start, otherwise the UFO pushes you back. And if you can see the little mini-map, Basil is all the way at the back because he got pushed. And he is struggling. He's currently last. And that is the first time I've seen this, actually. So it's always useful to warp just before you get blue brick at that point, just so you don't get sent back, because I'm not sure if it can send you back during a warp for the UFO. And that's another tactic, actually, that before a warp, if you warp just before you get a block, you will actually get the block, and so that can be used to do sort of multiple warps by warping before a green brick, and then where you end up after the warp might be where there are 3 white bricks. And I feel that the game developers intended that for some reason, because it seems like it works so well in so many situations that it just doesn't seem like a coincidence. And we have finished with lapping some people, and Basil, he didn't come last, and he came 3rd from last, and so 4th, but it still said he came 2nd because of the glitch. So we've won this circuit. Also, whenever you win, you get a trophy for that particular circuit on your license, but no one really ever checks the license because it's not important. So in the next part we will be doing Circuit 4 against Johnny Thunder. See you then, guys.